Greetings, good people of the internet, and welcome back to Eternal Darkness. In the last episode, we were playing as Roberto Bianchi, the architect who was examining an old temple. And the new thing that changed around here in the present is that now there's some earth crumbling down here, so let's examine this place. An unseen force guides Alex's hand toward the painting, compelling her to look behind it. She reaches out and pulls back the painting and discovers a chapter page hidden behind it. Let's take that. A sense of familiarity overcomes her, and as the chapter page comes to her fingers, so does the realization that Roberto's spirit is aiding her.
The Black Guardian grows restless, my liege. Its hunger increases, and the binding continues to weaken. We feed it flesh, but I fear it will not guard the relic too much longer.
There is no choice in the matter. It must remain and guard the artifact until the time of planetary alignment. After that, the Guardian may return to its lair. Our master does not like failure. It is imperative to keep the binding intact.
Then we have to find more flesh and bone.
And let's read the new chapter.
The war to end all wars redefined how mankind looked at war and the value of human life. Over 19,000 men lost their lives every day in the trenches of the Somme. Some say uselessly, some invoke a higher cause. I read accounts of the slaughter from many journalists who spent time in the trenches, but I found the account of a certain Peter Jacob to be the most horrible of all. His implication about the ancients' involvement with the war was hideous and so obvious. With the horror of the Battle of the Somme scant miles away and the distant echoes of pounding artillery, a young journalist named Peter Jacob researched his latest story from the front lines. His grim task brought him to Oubliette Cathedral, now transformed into a field hospital.
I find no solace in the purpose behind all the senseless violence that surrounds me. Young men die at a rate unheard of in centuries of warfare. Shelling, machine guns, and mustard gas rip, pierce, and burn your flesh. Men soak gauze in their own urine to stop the insidious gas. The hospitals here cannot cope with the torrent of wounded.
Welcome to World War I, which was actually scary enough without any ancients trying to destroy the world in the background. We are Peter Jacob, a journalist who is in the Oubliette Cathedral, so this is our third visit here, and we have to explore the area. So something is lying here, so let's take it. The Soldier's Letter. First letter from Private Reginald Jackson to his love, Margaret. I was admitted to this hospital on Tuesday. The damage caused to my legs was slight, but there's no way that I could ever walk normally again. I hate this place. Every day I am reminded that I will never be able to do the things I love. The hospital is a very strange place. Converted from an old cathedral, There is an odd atmosphere around it. Silent, but for the words of the wounded calling out in the night, there is no doubt it is haunted. What I find most odd in this place is that you never see anyone leave during the day. It's not right. No goodbyes or farewells. Just an empty bed when you wake. Well, that sounds weird. Also, we start with some items. We have a lucky penny, a flash pen and some flash powder. The flash pen is pretty much a defensive weapon which we can use to blind enemies, but it is completely useless, so we will not use it. So... and a sealed envelope. Let's take a look in it. Soldiers' orders. An official note on army regulations stationery. The note reads: Private Thompson, by order of Lieutenant Hargraves on behalf of H.R.H. George V, you are to leave your post of duty and rally in the street outside Oulier Cathedral. Further orders will be presented at the rallying point. God save the King. So now we have the soldiers' orders, and this is actually the item that we need to advance in this level. There are several areas here that at the moment are blocked by soldiers who stand guard. So there's one soldier that is actually waiting for some new, what is it, duties? Orders for some orders. So I think we go up here first, because the bell tower area is actually not important in this chapter, but if I remember correctly, something was lying around here. Ah, here. Another letter. Second letter from Private Reginald Jackson to his love Margaret. I've been here for over a week now, and there's no word when I will be allowed to leave. Strange things have happened. At night, the sounds of hospital change. Echoes of voices that don't belong to anyone haunt the walls and corridors. The restless ghosts, perhaps, or sounds of movement, or whispers. I have seen war firsthand, and the sounds at night in this hospital scare me more than I ever thought possible. What is going on here at night? Why do I feel so threatened? My fears are worsened by the talk of the other young soldiers. One said he had heard cries for help in the middle of the night, cries that were only answered by snarls of rage and not compassion. Another said Lance Corporal Haskell had not been discharged, but had gone missing. I stared at his empty bed with a sense of unholy dread gnawing at my heart. So, there's definitely something wrong going on around here, which actually isn't too surprising, considering the stuff that we have already seen here in the chapters of Anthony and Paul Luther. But Peter Jacob isn't aware of this stuff. Well, at least not yet. So, let's do the important stuff. This soldier needs his orders. The guard unfolds the orders and begins to read them before exclaiming, "Loudly, lads! We must be on the offensive." Following the orders, he takes leave of his post. Now we can enter this room, and This is the place for the corpses. A nice revolver. Let's take that and things happen. Bad things. Let's create a save. You never know what might be sitting around here now that it is so dark. So I have to, yeah, I think I remember where I have to go. And we are in the room of the tomb again. And a new statue of Roberto Bianchi is here now, and we take the book. And it is, I think I will summon a spell first. Yes. Because now it is time for some serious running. Way too many enemies. And now the soldiers are gone and they can enter the doors. I think what I am looking for is up here. Yes, on the wall. I always forget that this thing is part of the level and I get it way too late, but actually you can get it in the beginning. And it makes the level way easier, because the problem with the bones thieves is that, well, I have a revolver, but you cannot shoot them and they just block every shot. I think the only ranged weapon that can actually hurt them is the crossbow. So now we have a sword, and we will use it. Hey, ouch. I was punched in the face. Okay, I don't remember being that there are two of those guys around here. Ah, damn it! Aiming! Sometimes the combat is a bit wonky, as my character likes to not target the enemy. So, let's go into this room, which was the room with Anthony before. Damn it, target him! Yeah, good. Peter doesn't have too much sanity. So I think, yeah, ammunition is here. Let's take it. Maybe we will need it. Oh, and a torch. Nice. So, now I have to go back into the main room. With all the enemies in it. This is a terrible position for combat. Especially with my character not targeting anything and going full random. I will just go. Let's take the gun. I will fight these guys later. And now we go to the basement. quite a lot of ammunition. Let's destroy the trappers around here and go to the new rooms on the sides. Perched on the wall beside the generator is an open-faced fuse box. The fuse appears to be missing. There's no sign of where it could be. And the thing is, when I played this game the first time, I was looking for the fuse everywhere and I had no idea where it was. But you're actually supposed to place the penny inside. Peter puts the lucky penny in place of the missing fuse. It fits quite nicely, but there isn't any power running through the circuit. Nothing happens. Peter retrieves the penny, places it in his pocket. Ah yes, I have to do something else first. Yes, I need the steam first. Now let's go to the other room. Old rusty but faithful for many years, a coal-burning boiler provides heat and steam to the cathedral complex. There's currently no pressure being diverted to the generator, but we will change that. Also, here's a nice door that cannot be opened because something's blocking it. So, summon the trapper. Go through this wall and target this guy and teleport him away. And dead. And another circle. Which means that I have to upgrade all the spells in the break after this episode again. I'm really looking forward to that. Now I have steam. I think now I have to place the penny inside. And we have light again. So, the secret door isn't existing anymore. Actually, we need the electricity for the organ again. Which means I have to go back to the big hall again and fight all those guys. I need my support spell. So, where are the enemies? Oh, do they Oh no, there he is. But it's only one. Follow me, buddy. Ha! Where are the other enemies? Yeah, there's one. I hear another one. There's the third. Those guys aren't too terrible if you can attack them when they are alone, but in a group they can be quite, well, terrible. So, now we can use the organ. And there's still the sheet of music. An incredibly old but well-preserved pipe organ. The workmanship is quite exquisite, but borders on the grotesque. Tiny demonic figures hide within the swirling facade designs, almost invisible to the eye. Should Pleater play the organ? Of course. Now I have to remember the right buttons. The tabernacle is almost empty, empty of all the things that should be there, such as yes, this is the same text as the first time. Where's he even looking at? So now we need a new circle, and we need reveal invisible. And as you can see, if you're trying to use a spell with a big circle, it takes quite some time, so you have to be... well, you have to time it correctly. No, where's... yeah. Yeah, wonky camera is wonky. So, no, he's dead already. More bone thieves. Ouch. Walls. My old nemesis. So what is this? Another letter. Let's take a look at it. It's been 2 weeks since Haskell went missing, and I'm afraid to go to sleep. More than once I saw shadows of people moving past my bed, peeking through the blinds to see a wounded soldier being taken from his bed, drugged and delirious and the dead of the night, never to be seen again. As Haskell was, perhaps as I will be. What happened to them, I don't know. I am afraid to ask what happened, for I know that I would surely be the next one to be taken into the darkness. So, soldiers are taken somewhere. And again, we can push away this bookshelf to enter the bishop's room. I think I will build a new spell. Yes. No, wrong spell. Yes, that is the right spell. So, this will make my rune work way longer than before. I have so many bullets, let's just shoot this guy. And we find the binding hold key. Yeah, let's do a save. Saving is important. Never know what might happen. Nah, I don't want to fight. I want to enter this room. Because there is something useful. This is the room where Paul Luther found his friend, the custodian, but this time we find a bottle. This is a magical elixir that I can drink to restore my magic. I don't know if I will really need it, as I have my rune, but maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Now we use the key and enter this door and ignore those guys. More ammunition. It is funny that you get so much ammunition around here, as you don't actually need it. And this is the magical attack spell, which I have already built pretty much in the beginning of the game, but now we need it. And another save, because bad things wait behind this door. I will restore my rune again. Actually, I could use... Maybe I will use the right, I don't know. So, let's enter this. You remember what was behind it? And it is time for boss fight. Actually, I cannot shoot or hit the Guardian with regular weapons. I have to use my magic. Because when I shoot him, he will just laugh at me. I just realized, after my first playthrough, that the Guardians have different attacks. Ah, that is interesting. Because the blue Guardian actually shoots fireballs that move towards you. And they behave very differently. Never actually realized that. So now the arena is smaller and the enemy summons zombies. Now I have to time my attack so that I can actually attack the enemy because he will always be vulnerable after he has summoned his zombies. Oh no, attacks. And it is important to not get too close to him, as he will start doing another attack when you get too close, and that will hurt quite a bit. The fight is actually not too hard if you know what you have to do. And now it gets really interesting. Because now we are in close combat range, and now I have to... Now that was terrible, but the zombie would have stood up again and attacked if I hadn't killed him. Nope. Stop it! Do not want. And this is pretty much the fight. I have to repeat that several times without getting killed. Also, the Guardian is actually summoning a spell, but it is not a spell that I can use. As you can see from the runes on the ground, but it is a combination that I cannot use. I think it's enough. Please, can you die? And it's dead. Peter Jacob just killed an ancient evil. With the Guardian of Xel'lotath vanquished and the stained glass that kept its hidden lying in pieces, the essence of Chiturga is now liberated. Its magic beckons to Peter, calling to him. He approaches cautiously. As we take it, Peter reaches out for the artifact but pulls away as he feels its corrosive magic grows on his hand. Wrapping his hands in a shred of clothing, he carefully lifts the artifact from its resting place.
And that was how I came by it. I know it sounds crazy, but there you have it. The only proof I have is that statue.
It's a strange one. I've seen one like it before.
You have?
Yes. Very rare, though. Very obscure.
I've had experts take a look at it, and none of them know what it is. And you do.
I'm somewhat of an expert on these things myself. An interest I developed a long time ago while I was a young man.
Then you should keep it. Lord knows I have no interest in it. I am sure it's the cause of my sleeplessness. I keep thinking about it, as if it's calling out to me.
Then a drink, perhaps. For the gift. For an unusual objet d'art.
Having stopped reading, Alex discovers a small penny taped to the back of Peter's chapter page. And now we can explore the mansion some more. Maybe we use the penny. Well, but you will see what I will do with this thing in the next episode if you want. Until then, I wish you, with weird screaming and crying in the background, a nice, gloomy and calm October's day. See you next time.